Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Tinker77 and we are back on the All the Mod 6 to the Sky world. And today we're going to work on some new things, I think. First of all, you can see we did a lot of stuff with energy last time. We've got 1 million energy in here. We definitely have a lot of wireless energy support here, a lot of devices and things. But this area is getting kind of cluttered and we don't really want it to be cluttered. We want this base to look nice. I only have the original platform and some walkways that I've made, and then we have this area here. What I would like to do right now, though, is I would like to build out the platforms, get this area looking okay, and I would also like to work on a second layer below. My thought is that I would like to have the power systems, or the battery room, if you will, where we have all the storage and the network for that, and all the power generation kind of hidden away underneath, so we can have a lot of the machinery and the trees that are working in and everything like that will be up top. Down below would have all of the like mechanicals, you know, that kind of a thing. So I want to start to make that, and I'm looking at various resources, and I've made up here some spruce, and I've also done some dark oak, and I'm looking at both how they look like this and how they look in plank form. And I really like this darker brown, so I'm thinking I'm going to be using the dark oak planks, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do like trimming. I might do some trimming with this, like on the outer edge, and then using that as the other source. In fact, let's go see what that looks like. If I take this off here and put one of these here, does that look okay together? I mean, it's okay. It's not fantastic. Would it work better with dark oak? Probably. I'm not quite sure, but I'm thinking we'll have some of this type of coloring and palette, as people would say. I'm not very good. You guys know me. Oop, that too many clicks. You guys know me. I don't do very many creative style builds, or things that look nice, and I'm trying to do that right now. So I'm just thinking what I'm going to do. I'm thinking I'm going to use this for sure. I don't know if I'll use either of these or any type of stone, maybe. I'm not sure, but I'm going to work on this off camera for a little bit. This might take me quite a while. I'll give you a time frame of how long it took for me to do what I'm going to be doing. So let me get started, and I'll see you on the other side. Well, we're back, and I've made a few changes and made a lot of platforms. You can see I have moved the power systems, though, away, which is fantastic because I still have these. So I can still have power someplace else and have this receiving the power for these devices. I am cooking up some glass, so you know, so we have some. It's going in here, and that's pretty nice. I also built this machine to help me get dirt. Basically, it pulls in sawdust, puts it into the wooden barrel, and outputs dirt, which is nice. So let's go look at the platforms. You ready? There we are. This is what I've done. I have made these platforms look like this. I've used this for light. This is luminous glass. And if you look at luminous glass, it's a very simple recipe. Luminous glass looks like this. It's basically 8 glass and a piece of glowstone dust. And so this glass then emanates light. It is a light source. So that's where they are. They're put down in various places so that we don't have any spawn of spots. So I've made up these platforms. There's one here and there and there. And obviously we have the one that's right here with the grass. This took a little bit to get the grass to grow. I had to put like little spots here for it. And we'll have to do that on the other corners that are over here. I left this platform basically as is. I have not changed it yet. As we move things off of it and things, then I will make that into one of these other platforms. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Now there is a downstairs. This is an elevator block. Now when I go downstairs, we have the same kind of idea of platforms, okay? And you can see the power system there. One thing is that the bedrock block that we had when we spawned is still there. Of course, I can't move that, but I don't mind it being there. I might put like a little like lamp on it and maybe hang it, suspend it from the ceiling a little bit. We also could put in some supports or some other things to make this decorative more, but it seems like it's working decently. Now, I did put in the corners here, I put in this glass. You can see it's a connected texture. It may fake people out if they were here, but basically it's stuff I can walk over. It's definitely a block. This is all a solid surface. It's a little freaky, but it's okay. So then over here, what I worked on was I put the cobblestone generator over here, and I made a storage drawer so it can hold more cobble instead of a chest. And right now it's got 8,192 cobble, and it's just sitting there waiting. We're not really consuming a lot. But then I have the item pipe pulling out of this, and I made more of the uranium blocks and made up so that I have a total of 7 crucibles here, and then they're piping out to 7 magmatic dynamos. Now, I haven't done much with these as far as, see, it's not really full power yet. I haven't done a lot with these for upgrading. I think maybe these are upgraded already with one augmentation, the hardened integral components, but most of these are not. So if you look at the output here, there we're going at 40 and 40, and then over here we have 80 RF per tick. And these can be upgraded even more, so they will put out a lot more energy, which we can do later on. Of course, these pipes are rated for, I think, 1,000. So anyway, guys, we're going to move on here for the next project, but I wanted to show this off so you can see what was done. I'm trying to exercise my creative abilities. So let's move on. So I think what I'd like to do today is to get a system of automatically crushing the various resources down instead of me having to hammer them. So we'd have to hammer them down and then automatically sieving them and then putting those things into a storage system. Now, I think I should work this process backwards. So I'm going to do the storage system first. And what we're going to need a controller here. It's for a drawer controller. So we're going to grab that. And that'll be the first thing we're going to build. It's going to be this thing right here. So let's see if we can do this. I think I have a lot of the resources on me already. I know I'm going to need some comparators. So let's make the redstone torches here. I should make at least 6 of these, right? There we go. Now we're going to need for the comparators. I think that should be all of it. We have 2 there. Excellent. Now we need these drawers, and these drawers, I'm going to need a lot of these. I think I calculated I need 49 of them for this particular system. So I'm going to grab some resources here. I have chests already available. I'm hoping that this will be enough because we have to do, probably isn't enough yet. Let's see, grab some more of that. We need 6 stacks worth of wood that goes with this. So maybe we can just do the bottom half is that and the top half is this. And this will give us 64 of the, no, they all have to be like oak or something like that. So I'm going to have to get some more wood unless it lets us use the same type. Let's see if it does. Let's see. Yes, we can get the darker one, and that would be okay. It's a nice color, and it differs from the color that we had there. Let me see if I can put this in and see if I can balance this out. Okay, 55 will work. That'll work for what we're trying to do. Let's make the controller then here. Okay, we need, what do we need for this? We need 3 more pieces of stone. Do I have any stone over here, do you think? No. And, no. So I have some cobble here. We need only 3 pieces, right? So we will stick it into here, pull that out, and put this there. Okay, because it's still processing. I must be overloaded here. I am. So I have to fix that in a little bit too. Okay, so we're going to get this made. And what we're going to do is we're going to build a storage system that we want to use with this. And then we're going to hook that in from down below on this layer where we're going to put the storage up here, which is where we'll have the devices. So this should be kind of fun. Let's see if we got this made there. There's our 3 stone. And we should have a controller. Okay, and it is over here. Oh, a diamond. Where are my diamonds? There's some diamonds. Okay, let's grab that. And controller. Excellent. And we needed 49, I think, of the storage drawers, but I'll use that right there. So we're going to go over here. We're going to put this down. Now, I want to have a space that I can get behind this. So I'm going to put the controller right here. That way, when we feed into a pipe going into here, I can still walk behind it. Okay, and so now I have to kind of like get this kind of filled out so it looks good. And I don't know how I'm going to do this because it's 3. And how high do we want to go? Maybe 4 drawers worth? I don't know. You know, we can go any direction we want with this, but I will need to get up here. So that's what I have to do. Let me get this all finished up, and I'll run a line all the way up because that's where I want to have the rest of it work. That's what it looks like all done, and this is the line coming down from the top. So now we need to get the actual mechanism set up. We're going to be using a couple things, and I've already built them, the auto hammer and the auto sieve. I'm going to show you what these look like here so you can see the recipe. They're pretty easy. This is a diamond hammer. We know how to make that, and some iron. That's super easy for the auto hammer. The auto sieve, if you look at this, it's just iron again and taking a sieve and some glass panes. Now, what we're going to do here first is each of these sieves, you do have to add a mesh, and I do have my netherite mesh on me. But to make more of this, we need to get crushed netherrack for that. So we're going to do the netherrack one first in this experiment and setup, okay? So over here, I have set up, there are 5 spots. These are going to be where the 5 sieves are going to be. We're going to have the netherrack and the endstone, and then the gravel, sand, and dust. Or maybe netherrack and endstone and gravel, sand, dust in the middle. I don't know. But what we want to have on top of here, we want to have here is an auto sieve, okay? So we're going to put this right here. There it is. And it has a little person in there. I think these are the dev creators, but I believe you can change them, and we might do that later on. Now, it says there's no mesh, so I'm going to put a mesh in here. Now, you can see it doesn't have any power. We'll handle that in a little bit. That'll probably be the last thing I do with this. We're going to put an item pipe on top of this because we want that to get the resources and bring it down. Okay, so what are we feeding into here? We have to feed crushed netherrack, and or netherrack, yes. So how do we get that? We get that with the auto hammer. This is a device that when we place it right there, will crush the netherrack down, okay? Now you can put extra hammers in here to make it go faster or not. That's fine. I probably won't do that. And of course, it also takes power. Now that we've done this, we have to get up here on top. And from here, we're going to have basically somehow to get from the pedestal that we see over there and get this here. I'm going to move the pedestal, and I'm hoping that I can get this to work. So let's go try that out. Let me go grab that and bring it over. I've put a block here for the pedestal. Now the pedestal sits on top of the nether brick block. And since we want to feed from the bottom, we can't have the nether brick block here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out this way a little bit, and we're going to put it on the side right there. And then what we're going to do, we're going to take this out. We're going to find our pedestal in our inventory, and we're going to put that right here. And we're going to put on the pedestal upgrade. And you can see it does work from the side. And so now if I take this wrench and I go like this, we should see that those items are kicking into the auto hammer. Okay, so they should be going in here. And we do. We can see that's coming in. And that's great. So now, really, we need to set this up here so that it pulls the output down to here. And that's good. And so what this should do is it should work perfect, I think, except for maybe we have to set up this thing. But we'll do that in a second. Let's set up the power. So here we go. We have our power cables. I'm going to put one here and down. Okay, you can see they're both powered. And for now, I'm going to put the flux point. Where did I put it? There is the flux point. Remember, a flux point takes power out of your network. I'm going to put that right here. And then I say go into it and say it's on my network. There we go. And immediately this starts crushing it down. And you can see it's feeding in here. And then this person is automatically sieving. And you can see when they do that, they have an output here. It's stuck here, and that's fine. And what we're going to do here is we're going to have to set this block right here using the wrench to export this out. Okay, and so what we should see is that they're being taken out, which is fine. And then if we go below, they are being put into storage drawers. And there we go. And we're already getting some of the this netherite scraps. And we need that, like I said, for the other netherite meshes that we're going to make for the system. But this system is proven out. So we're going to do the same thing right now. I'm going to do it kind of like off camera for the crushed netherrack, or crushed endstone. I've set up all of the auto sieves here. They do not have any meshes in them yet, but I'm just getting it set up. And I'm planning on having the tubes just go straight down, but you notice that they do connect up. So I've stopped the power here, so it's not working for a little bit. And what I'm going into is I'm going into these, and I shift on it, and I basically get rid of that connection so they don't cross feed to other devices and things. I mean, they could, but you wouldn't want something to be feeding into the same system. I also know that we're going to at least do some sort of hammering at least once for these. So that's what I've done here. So the next step, I think, is to get the pedestal set up over here for this one. This will be where I have the crushed endstone. And then we're going to do dust. And then I think we got to do sand, which will be another hammer above it. And then we'll have, this is gravel, which will have 2 more auto hammers. So I need 3 more auto hammers and a bunch more cables. But we're getting there. And this is going to work fantastic when we get done. Like I just said, I need 3 of the auto hammers. But I only have 3 diamonds. I need a total of, what would that be, 6 diamonds so that I can make the hammers. So to get diamonds, I need to use the system to get from cobbles, get gravel, and then have the system work and put those into play. So we have here, everything's kind of already set up. I left a block up there, apparently. What I think we're going to do, though, I think we're going to go ahead and put this cobble gen up here and start up this process. Now, I like the cobble gen to be behind a little bit, so I'm just going to put it like right against here for now. And I made the gold one. That's the biggest one I could find that is not that expensive to make. The other one is diamond, and I don't even know if we're going to need that, but we'll see. I'm going to put a block here, put it on top. Now, I do not want to feed into here, so again, I'll take the wrench like that, And I'm going to go over here and say extract. And it should be loading this up with, see, it loaded up with netherrack. We don't want that. Okay, it is throwing up into the cobblestone into the machine here. So if I added power to this, it should then start working and getting me resources that I like to get for this. And we're going to do this for a little bit, just enough so I can get some diamonds. So I can get an auto hammer here, which will auto hammer cobble down to gravel, down to sand, and then we'll have gravel, sand, and dust, okay? So I got to just let this run for a little bit, and that means installing the flex point. I'm going to put it in the back of this one right now. I have this line that ties them together, and I don't want to fall off the edge. And there we go. And those machines are immediately running, and this one is not running yet. Why is it not running? Okay, the gravel's there. It looks like it's supposed to set it to extract. That's interesting. Why is this not pulling out? It's making that, that's for sure. There's maybe a bug here with this one. Is this one pulling out? No, it's not. So what is going on here? And how am I having monsters here? Oh no, I hear stuff. I'm going to go to bed and I'll sort this out in a sec. Let's go greet our guest. Hi. The only thing I can think of is that they spawned on top of this because it's not lit up. So we'll have to light that up in a little bit too. But that's the only thing I can think of. I think I know what's going on, but I'm going to test that out right now, this theory. I think it's because it doesn't have a mesh and doesn't accept items. So if I put this in here, does it accept the items from there? And yes, it does. I need to get some diamonds because to make the next netherite mesh, I first need to make a diamond mesh. So I'm waiting on this to work for a little bit to get me some more diamonds. It is working. It's just slow, but I can wait. I don't mind having to wait for that. So meanwhile, this one should continue on and just stockpile that resource. So and this one is doing the same thing. So that's okay. I'm not worried about it. We just want to make sure that we get, like I said, get some diamonds. I've added all of the meshes, so they're working great. Now we're going to make the rest of these auto hammers. We need to get the hammers first. And there we go. We have 3 of those. I don't know, do these stack? No, I don't think they do. Okay. And then we got to get the auto hammers, and these should stack, right? Please? Maybe not. Okay. There we go. So we're going to run over here. It's getting dark, but I don't really care about that right now. So we're going to try to hook these things up here and see if we can get this to work, okay? So this one is, right here, it's gravel. It's being fed by that cobblestone generator, which we will probably be moving. This is going to be, right here, it's going to be the, and see, it's probably feeding into there. Yeah, we want to stop that right away. We want to stop this. Nope. Okay, there. This is going to be taking the gravel down into, okay, whoa, I fell off. Can't talk and do things at the same time, guys. And I saw that light there. Do I have my glow lights on me? Do I have any torches? No. So this is going to be taking gravel here, or sorry, cobblestone down to gravel, gravel down to sand, and going to be putting that through there, okay? So really, cobble could go into there, but we're going to have another level up here, so I want to move this around. There's the tower completed. We just have to get the power up to these devices. You can see here, this is doing basically taking cobble and down to gravel. This one will take feeding down into here, cobble to gravel to sand, and then over here we cobble to gravel to sand to dust. And you can see nothing's connected except for right up there, which is okay because we're coming off of the cobblestone generator. So it looks like I just have to do some configuration with some of these pipes and do that first to make sure that's working right. Because we have to make sure that this one right here is extracting, that's extracting, and that one's extracting. Okay, now that all is looking good, we can go ahead and hook up the power in the back, and that should do it, I think. So let's go check this out. We're going to go up here, grab some of this power cable, and we're going to go to from here on down and over to there, and then down to here. And now everything should be powered. And if it is, we should get everything else downstairs in the storage system. Let's just check this out. Okay, so that should be getting, you can see it is getting some gravel. Then it should be getting sand, which is making into dust, and this is making the dust. So we're getting all those resources, cobble to gravel, gravel, and down to sand. So you can see it right here, crushed netherrack, gravel, sand, dust, and crushed endstone. Let's go down below. And down below, you can see all of the resources that are there. I did a little bit of sorting. Obviously, this piece needs to go over here. But Otherwise, we've got a pretty nice layout here, and there are some extra pieces which are super ultra rare, and those will fill in that corner just like this, whatever this is. What is it? Salt. Salt doesn't sound too rare. But anyway, as we get the resources that come in from the process, they'll go into the storage system. Now, we do have a problem here. You can see our energy storage is being drained. So this is not able to keep up. So I'm going to make these, where are they? In here. This hardened integral component for the other 5 that don't have them. And hopefully that will keep up. We will see. But I've got to get on that right now. So let's go upstairs and go take a look at what this takes. Looking at this, you can see it takes some Invar, right? It takes glass, takes redstone, and some gold gears. If we're going to make 5 of these, 5 times 4 is 20. So I got to get 20 Invar. So we're going to do that really quick here. But there's an easy way to do some of this. If you have those ore pieces, you can use a hammer. That's the engineer's hammer. Let me go see if I can find the pieces to make this. I think I might have it on me to make an engineer's hammer. This works really well to make the dust quickly. So let's look at it right here. I think it is. There it is. The engineer's hammer. So if we have hammer, we got the hammer advancement. So if we go down here and we grab some, we're going to need nickel and Invar. So let's grab some of that. Is this nickel? Nickel. So we'll grab a stack of that, and we'll grab a stack of iron here. Okay. So you can see when we put this into an ore chunk, we get 16 ore chunk, but you can take your hammer and you can get iron dust out of it just like that. And you can do the same thing with the other pieces. So that way I can then make them together into Invar. The power is drained. You can see that there's nothing in there. It's 0 RF. So we're just basically putting out as much power as we can. And it's not quite working. But I'm going to see if we can get more by doing this. Now, this may not work because some of the resources aren't being pushed into these fast enough that they can take it. But we'll see if this does work. I'm hopeful that it does. And it brings the power level back up. We always want to make sure that our storage of power is getting some here. So is it getting enough power right now? And it's not looking like it is at the moment. So we're using, it says input, we're putting into the network plus 560. That kind of makes sense. It depends on how much we're taking out here. But maybe it's basically backfilling all of the power systems that are inside of that and then should fill in. So let's go check out what's going on with each of these. So let's go over here. You can see they're kind of working. This one's stopped altogether, so it's basically out of power. This device, it says it's consuming 520. So we definitely need to do something else about this to make this function better. Let me investigate. Looking into this, I think we're going to make this right here. This is the auxiliary reaction chamber. It works with dynamos and gives you plus 100% of output. So that would basically double our total output, which would be really nice. Now to make this, we have to make silver gears. This is easy. This is just silver and iron. We've got that and a piece of glass. Now the hard part here is the signalum plate. And to do that, it takes a hammer on a signalum ingot. And the ingot is made from, it looks like signalum blend, which is copper dust. I've already gotten this up, and silver dust and some redstone. So we should be able to make that pretty darn quick. Let's go through that process again. I misclicked. And there it is, and we'll put that in here, and there we have the 64 of that. So we have to cook this down, and we're going to put that into here to cook it, and that will get us the bars that we need of the signalum. Now I'm going to take some space out of here so we can get some, and we'll see if we can, there's 2 bars right there. That's perfect. So now if we take those and use our hammer, we should get the plates, and with that, we should be able to get one of these with some glass. Oh, it takes another form of glass. Signalum glass or aluminum glass or enderium glass or hardened. Okay, this is just the blend or the ingots and a fire charge. And the fire charge is stuff we've got. Okay, so let me go get those things and we'll make this all together. I decided to use hardened glass. It's just obsidian and sand, quartz dust, which we get now from our system, and fire charges, which I made because they're pretty darn easy. And so now we have a bunch of hardened glass. And with that, we should go be able to make that piece from the thermal expansion here. Auxiliary reaction chamber. There we go. We got one of those. Excellent. I think I've got enough now for the rest of this. Let's see here. If I have this here, I need 12. Yes, I think I need 12 of this. So let's just put that in half. And the hammer, we'll make those the plates. There we go. And should I get all the rest of this? There we go. We have 7. Let's go put this down in the system. Okay, each of these, we'll get one of these, and it should make it run faster. Now we're getting 160 RF per tick. Before we were getting 80. So that should be nice. Now, it does consume more lava, so hopefully this system will keep up. Also, it performs a little bit less efficient. It runs at about 90% efficiency, but it does produce a lot more for us. So that'll be good. And I missed one. It's hard to tell where these are. This one right here. There we go. So now we're outputting, it looks like 1,120. I think we're at the max load of these cables, which is about 1,000. But you can see we are definitely going up on our power, which means the entire system so far at our base is working and working fantastic. Well, guys, that's all I've got time for. I sure hope you like this video. If you do, please click that like button. If you have any comments, put them down in the comment section. And if you'd like to be notified of the videos that I produce, please subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to hit the little bell icon so you get all the notifications, okay? Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.